Hey guys, and welcome back. I know I'm a little off frame right now, but that is because today I am sharing with you all of my favorite phone apps to edit my photos. So I'm gonna be popping it up on the screen right here so you guys can follow along with me. Just a little heads up, this video will not be about how to Facetune yourself into a different person, but I am gonna show you how to elevate your content, make it look a little bit more professional and just unique so you can kind of stand out in the crowd. Alrighty, so let's start off with stories. So one of the apps I've been using a lot for my stories, which I'm sure you've seen a lot of other people using, is Unfold. This app just really adds a lot of depth to your stories. Instead of it being one vertical image, you can make multiple images, you can put borders on the images, adding other blank space for other images or area for text. One of the ones I liked a lot was when I was in Greece with Daniel Wellington, I wanted to do a product image of my watch, but I wanted it to be a little bit more interesting than that, and I also wanted to use text that wasn't gonna mess with the background. I had a little video playing, and you can also add text, but to be quite honest, I don't love the fonts that they have. Like, I'm just gonna like blah 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 blah. You can do the space apart, how big it is, and then these are the different fonts. I don't use this feature often on this just because, like I said, I don't love the font options. It is free, but you can purchase other presets. One of my favorites is this little photo frame in here. I actually like this to use for my actual Instagram pictures. All right, so we can just put like this. Maybe I'm trying to show off this jewelry. And then you have this nice little set. You can zoom in, you can zoom out. It just makes your story a little more exciting, a little prettier, a little more professional. So moving on, the other app I use a lot for my stories is called Over. Now, Over does have a free option, so I definitely recommend checking out the free option first, because if you want the pro version, I think it's called, yeah, Over Pro, it is $99.99 a year or $9.99 a month. I had the free one for quite some time, and then eventually I tried out the pro version because there was actually a graphic I wanted to use. I'm just gonna go on this transparent background. I also really like that you can decide how large you want it, so you can fit it to fit your story, or you can fit it to your YouTube thumbnail, which is really fantastic and makes it really easy to make cute little thumbnails. There's endless stuff you can do with this. It has a ton of different things for designing anything, but let's say you want a graphic, you can go in here, and of course all of the good ones are gonna be under Pro. I've actually used this for a lot of like my highlight icons. They have great fonts, and you can basically continue adding to this list of fonts. You'll see down here I have like so many right now, but I can also go to their library, and again, they have a ton of options, and then you can custom, so you can add your own fonts. Basically anything that you want to design, you can do it on here. Another fun thing I've been using for Instagram stories, and actually I made a whole YouTube video on it, which I will put in the cards above, is 8mm cam. Now this is super fun because you can basically make vintage style videos. I don't know how well you guys are gonna be able to see this on here. I will insert an actual example that I have created in the past over here as well, so you can get an idea for it. But I can change the colors in here and make it the vibe that I'm going for. And again, it just makes it this really cool vintage vibe video. And my last tip for stories is invest. And by invest, I mean spend $10 on Amazon for a stylist. If you ever see people having really pretty handwritten font on their Instagram stories, and it's obviously not text, unless they have crazy little nimble fingers or they're just a wizard, they're probably using a stylist. All right, now onto the static images that live on your Instagram feed. First up, we are gonna talk about Retouch. This app is pretty life-changing. If you ever have this awesome photo, but there's annoying things in it, like wires hanging in your pretty landscape view, or I don't know, people you don't want in your photo, this is the app to do it. Okay, the picture I chose, first of all, I'm gonna use the line remover. And basically, this is gonna help me get rid of any wires. So you can see there's this wire up at the top. So we are just gonna draw that line. Oh my God, that actually I went so wonky and it got rid of it pretty well. For sake of this tutorial, let me do object remover. And I'm just gonna do this. And we're gonna say go. and it's gone. What? How? I don't know. I don't know how to use Photoshop. This is why I have to use apps. Next up is what I think is the best for creative images. Afterlight is my favorite for photo manipulation with colors and whatnots. Let's just take this photo of me. Now you have all your standard stuff. You have your brightness changer, your contrast, your vibrance, yada yada yada. It also has a ton of filters. You can also add text or artwork, which I use Over for, but you could just do it in this app. But where I think this app gets really, really good is in this last little thing. It has like the two circles over each other. Now in here, you'll see dust, light, color shift, chroma, and double exposure. It gives it a vintagey vibe. I used it on this picture. One that I really love is the color shift, and you can pick which color shift you want to do. It just gives it this really cool, almost 3D effect. Afterlight to me is the best creative one where you can really play with for hours and make your photos super unique and really stand out. And finally, I'm gonna go to how I plan my posts, which is UNUM. It is free. You can, in fact, buy a version, I believe is like $6.99 a month. Basically, my Instagram feed is auto inputted into this. When I go to add photos, I can add them so I know if they're gonna look good. So I'm gonna add these 3 images. Let's say I wanna Instagram them. So now I can kind of move stuff around and play with it to see, does the image just not fit my feed? Are the colors wrong, or is it just the order? But also, I've noticed that I enjoy taking photos of other things other than me. But, and you can check this in the analytics in the tab to the right, you guys don't seem to love photos where my face isn't in them. I'm gonna choose to take that as a compliment, but now I know that this layout's gonna work. So this really helps me kind of organize things when I do have a couple photos that I'd like to post. This is also gonna be really helpful for me to transition into a different kind of theme. And I don't really create Instagram themes, I'm sure you can tell, but I feel like I naturally have similar colors going on, whether I'm just really vibing with a color at that time or the seasons are creating color tones. And now with fall, I'm gonna need to transition into probably a lot of like deep reds or oranges or tan tones. So now I'll be able to kind of make that a seamless transition. Alrighty guys, I hope that some of these tips were useful for you, but I know you guys always have loads and loads of questions on which apps I'm using. So if I didn't answer your question, please feel free to comment below and I will try to get it or address it in a later video. Alright guys, I love you so much and I will see you next week. Bye. What do I do here? What? No, wait. Clone stamp, mirroring, brush. Oh, I see, okay.